What a cool day, man. We're rolling or what?
We are rolling.
Oh, the process. Now we're here, guys. We're live. Took a week off. We're here with my boy Omar. Congrats, bro. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks, the process, the one and only. We're live. George, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. I had a huge day today, but we've got our boy here. We got so much to talk about. You've been pumped up all afternoon getting ready for this, so let's do it. Let's do it.
Pretty excited, man.
We don't even know what we're going to talk about, though.
No. Look, I just want to say a couple of things. I want to say very thankful for the weather today. We actually haven't had a lot of hot weather this summer in Sydney, Australia. It's been atrocious, in all honesty. So I was appreciating the blue sky, and I thought, man, what a day it's going to be. Before I even started this, I was like, wow. Man, the frequency's rising at the moment, just in life in general. You know, people are coming out of their havens, their little enclosures. They're coming out, bursting into life for some reason. Now, I feel free all of a sudden. And everyone's just rising to a different occasion right now. So I think it's extremely exciting what's happening. You just got to rise with it and adapt and relax. Go with the flow. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Freaking excited to be here, to be honest. I've been thinking about this since you've asked me to come on, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Because I feel like I love expressing my beliefs and my opinions of life. And
no, you're right. You're actually right.
Yeah.
That's what sparked me about you. Yeah. So just give you background, George.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone.
Let me ask a question. How did you guys meet?
Oh.
Hey guys,
I want to know backstory.
Stop acting like you're snooping, by the way. Yeah. You guys can just watch. It's alright. You're here.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah. You're present right now.
Yeah.
Should I explain or should you explain?
I want to know. This was
eyes.
actually a genuine question. I didn't know, so I don't know anything about you. So we just met 15 minutes ago, so I'm excited to have you on. Sanjay spoke really highly of you, so
valid point, actually.
Yeah.
No, so, I get you. Your perspective, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to understand a lot as well. Let's go.
Well, from my angle of things, me and Sanjay initially met when I started playing grade cricket. Sanjay's a few years older than me, actually. So, my first memories of Sanjay, to be honest, was I remember back in the days he was very fit and athletic. He would come to cricket training in his singlet.
Wow.
Looking nice and shredded.
How young are we talking, by the way? I just want to.
I would have been 15 or 16 at the time. So how old would you have been?
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
So I just turned 28, 15.
3 years. You would have been 17, 18, 19.
That's
somewhere
a big
around
difference
there.
in development. By the way.
Yes, because I was still a child and he was in.
Oh, that's big.
That transition phase into adulthood, I think.
He was at the peak of his testosterone.
Yeah.
Just walking around flexing everywhere.
Oh my god.
Cat backwards.
And to be honest, this is something that we didn't. That maybe you would know this. In Blacktown, there was a big culture. I remember in the higher grades, man, there wasn't much people from ethnic backgrounds playing. I think there was you playing. That guy with the turban playing in first grade. What was his name? Daya, the fast bowler. Yeah. So.
Oh, I get your perspective. Nice. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to see through your eyes.
You're trying to understand.
And you were just coming into that, like, okay, there's a lot more different, blended people in here, like, and wow, this is a bit different, and these guys are kind of standing out because they are ethnic.
Yeah.
Is that what it felt like?
No, it was just an observation as a kid because I realized that it was a predominantly Australian cricket was white culture based, man.
Yeah, okay.
It still is to an extent. That's the reality of the situation. But my first experience with Sanjay was very sincere and genuine. This is what I liked about him very much. I remember.
Wow, I'm keen to hear this.
Yeah. The thing is, because
I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, I was younger, so Sanjay paying attention to me then was a bigger deal because I was in the lower grades and he was in the higher grades.
Wow, okay.
So it's kind of different from my perspective. So I remember we were at do you remember the indoor cricket centre, New South Wales Indoor Cricket Centre in Eastern Creek, not Eastern Creek,
Yeah,
Rudy
Blacktown.
Hill, Blacktown.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we were there one day because it was wet weather, and you were batting, you were practicing, and I think one of the older boys in the older grades, they had to go do something, so you asked me to do throwdowns, and I started giving you throwdowns, and I'm pretty sure I started bowling to you, and you were
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I remember this now.
yeah,
Go.
and you were helping me out, and it meant a lot at the time because
Wow.
Because you're young, you were like,
Dude.
this
Yeah,
older
I was-
dude is. I'm playing with him. Oh,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
somewhat
like-
look up to people like that.
Yeah,
like,
100%,
even people that
100%.
are
I get from his
in the
perspective,
sports
yeah.
because you know when you're driven when you're a kid and you
Yeah.
aspire to all the athletes above you. So
Yeah.
this is a close contact of just that stepping stone as to
Exactly.
where you want to be. So you're going, wow, like. I'm experiencing this right now. I remember doing that stuff when I was a kid, like
100%.
especially when I was racing dirt bikes. So yeah, go.
And if you're driven, especially like I was as a child, and you want to do really well, when you know someone that knows what they're doing, gives you time and attention, you're gonna absorb it, you're gonna
Yeah.
appreciate it. So I remember, and it wasn't the fact that it was even what he was saying to me; it was how he was interacting with me, which was
Pretty cool.
very, very nice of him, which
Yeah.
was good.
Isn't it funny that
It's just natural.
you remember that so vividly, like that
Yeah.
experience
Yeah.
and that time, that point in time so vividly, because it obviously had a big impact on you having a role model sort of guide you along, take him under his
Yeah.
wing a little bit. You don't even know what he was talking about, but I
You're
might
right.
recognize that.
It kind of hits me now because it makes sense. You're like, number one, you'd watch these guys first, so you'd watch like the higher grade guys, like, oh wow, like they're doing it so quick, or it's a bit more energy there. you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh shit, that's a bit more push. That's how it feels. Like when you actually talk about it from a feeling perspective, like, whoa, they're quick and hard, bro.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what he would have been like, and then I would have been like so open. Now I sort of understand that I've always been the same. It's a pretty weird realization for me right now. But the realization is that it just shows me that I've always been the same that I am now. More just at the moment, it's just more professional, and it's at a higher scale. You know, the impact's a lot larger every time I make that one move. But I love reaching out to people. Like I love connecting.
Yeah.
I naturally like that. And you know what I love the most? I love people doing really well around me. So naturally I'm a bit critical, but I love it, man. Like I love when everyone's doing well because it hypes me up.
I said this to someone the
Like
other
I love
day.
your vibe right now. You know, you're calm. You know, I know you're running hard inside. Like you've got a lot of energy, but you're just like holding it back. Like it's nice. You know? Like you got a cool vibe.
Yeah.
It's cool. And then
I'm a big believer in self-control.
Yeah. So you can feel that. You can feel that off you, which is nice.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So like maybe making those connections earlier teaches you that. It teaches you how to build connection.
Yeah.
Feel and understand.
And what my point was that you could see that your interaction was very intentional. See, a lot of people when they conduct themselves, there's not much intention. They're just kind of like existing. Yeah. Where you could tell that there was a reason behind what you were saying and why you were saying it, which is so important because that translates into what you do in business now, what you do in life now.
Yeah, it's
Intention
crazy.
is very important in every asset
I love
of life.
that.
Yeah?
See, I don't see myself from that perspective. Do you measure yourself with intention ever?
Well, I don't measure myself as intention, but when I guess if I peel back my interactions with people, I guess if I look at it from subjectively, that's how I do have interactions. It's not sort of just superficial conversation. There's depth, there's meaning, there's a reason why we're having that conversation. You're much the same because you want an outcome of the conversation. You don't want to just have meaningless sort of interaction. I guess when you come from a place of leader, do you reckon when you come from a place of leadership, that's what you're always, deep down, that's what you're always trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So he was trying to give you, subliminally giving you the information to succeed.
Yes.
Or teaching you, guiding you, helping you.
Yeah.
And then I think you inherently have that trait as a person moving forward, and then it goes from sport, business, relationships.
Can I say
friends.
one thing?
Yeah.
It could be positivity. Think about this. a lot of people with a little bit of struggle when they're very young, or they see their family members like their mum and dad, that when they struggle, they hit a bit of interruption, right? And then they get discouraged and negative because they're adults, right? That's what adults do. This filters down into these kids. Let's just say this is generic white, or even better phrase, because we shouldn't be discriminating like that. I'll just say uncultured, right? They've got less culture or more simplified culture. People, right? That's a good summary.
Yeah,
right.
And it's and it's
because there's just a difference. Whatever their race or whatever doesn't make a difference.
It
Let's
doesn't
just talk
matter.
about
It's
that
just
trait.
generational.
Yeah,
because it just stems down through the generations. It goes from grandparents to parents to
comprehension
kids.
I'm talking about
To kids to grandkids.
It's literally not about white or black, or if they're Asian, white, or whatever they are. It's literally just level of comprehension, and culture and continuation and togetherness, or just less of that, right? That's how we should think about this. And this is what you felt, right? I was brought up in a really high level love culture, enjoy the simple things, dance, or do and enjoy life and be yourself, right? That's how I've been brought up, especially by my mum.
Exactly. That's what one thing I was going to say is, I don't know how I know this, but just from your Instagram and watching your posts and just, I pay attention to everything, and I know that you've had a very good upbringing, which made you a very caring person, which is so important. Where you are this is the reality of this situation. Most human beings are a reflection of their childhood to an extent.
That's so cool.
I
really think so.
No, they are genuine.
Of course.
Yeah.
Childhood is like crazy.
But
that's why I want to be the best parent. Because I care so much.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to be the best. This is why I do this now.
I wrote this down the other day.
Yeah.
What we're doing now isn't about us anymore. It's about your legacy for your family. It's like I was saying, generational.
You just got to be aware where you are in your lifeline.
Legacy in the world.
Legacy,
But I think awareness in our lifeline is right now. That's what's happening, because look, we're gonna now start to do it or not. Right, that's what innately or instinctively right now that you got to start, because you can feel your energy lifetime right here. Do we get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And then you understand where you are roughly. Like, man, this has just got to happen. What's the point of me burning all this energy for 80 years, and what does it lead to? Think about this. You just burn and stop, or do you burn and create more?
Of course,
right? And leave a ripple. Imagine a ripple.
It's creating something for people to follow afterwards.
Yeah,
it's so inspiring the generations to come.
Exactly.
That sounds very cliche, inspiring them, but it is. You're setting the path for others to follow through, especially immediate family, your kids, their kids, their kids.
And imagine what that feels like when you can't feel, touch, or smell anything. And just imagine what that feels like as a push that you've just done. This big push you're doing right now, right, of life. It's crazy. It's so vibrant. Do you get what I'm feeling? It's so vibrant right now.
This is the time to be doing that, though.
100%. And last podcast I said I love coming for reflection. That's what I'm going to leave it as. Right? It's such a good space just to collaborate our thoughts. It all just started from how we met. Think about this.
Yeah.
But I think it's really, really great. I'm actually really good to be here. Man, it's actually awesome to have you on. That's an awesome intro.
I'm very great.
The energy's crazy.
The energy's good having three of us bouncing off, man. I love this.
Ooh,
this
that was
fun.
hot. Oh,
so that was the intro?
Yeah.
That was the intro. How we met.
We're going to do a Joe Rogan one here. Go for like 4 hours.
Is that how much they can go for?
Some of them,
yeah. 3.5 hours, bro.
Some
4
of them are
hours,
long.
man.
What?
I don't know how people listen to those all the way through.
I used to listen to them high. That's the only way. Just get high as
Really?
But that's still a long time to be listening. 4 hours.
It's true, yeah. No, you have to have a lot of time on your hands to listen to a fucking 4 hour
Wow.
But the thing is, I've listened to some like an hour and a half in, and it's still engaging then. So obviously, if they're going for that long, their producers know that they can't cut anything out because it's all quality.
Whoa, that's heavy. Dude, what? It's true.
Let's get Joe Rogan on ours.
Yeah, dude. 100%. Hey, we got to see warming up right here, boy.
Joe, we want you.
Come on down. Does that accent pull you in or what? Come at me. Nah, it's honestly, I love these spaces. I said this to George, and I want to keep a bit of a culture. As we were talking about before, I want to keep a bit of culture, a bit of consistent energy towards this. I was able to, and I want to share this with you guys. I've really worked mindset wise to be able to now elevate or try and I just push at such a level where I'm like, imagine now trying to work on a holiday. That's the level of trying to be thinking at.
Okay, yeah.
And being more impactful. Think about this. Work in and be more impactful for everyone around you, including yourself. Think about this, right? How can I do that and be successful and try and experience a life like that? And I got to go to Cairns recently, Great Barrier Reef, awesome spot.
Man.
Right? I said that the weather was good here. It was literally 32 degrees.
Sick up there. Did you see his stories?
Yeah, I did.
95%, 90% humidity.
It looked like I said this today, it looked like you were in a different country. It didn't look like it. Obviously, I've never been there.
From your eyes, right? Like, by the way, watch our stories. We're all posting, I think consistent content every day. Just go there for a bit of consistency. I'm telling you right now. We'll put our Instagrams just on the screen or in the bio, and you'll see. And we want to be able to continuously share. But I think, what did it come across on the stories like? I really want to know. Like, just from...
Do you know what I learned?
I'm showing nature a lot. Right?
Do you know what I learned? I learned that we have a highly successful individual, that is highly driven and obviously also understands that sometimes he has to take a step back and experience what life has to offer, because our time is limited on this place.
Okay, so that's where I came across. Wow.
Yeah.
So do you know, and I like that because I thought he was going to be taking a step back, but then when I looked closely, there was no stepping back.
No, there wasn't.
How was your environment? What I'm thinking, were you more productive up there because you were in a more positive environment?
Wow,
because I knew you were pumping through work. Well, you and I were talking the whole time while you're up there.
We were, weren't we?
So, and early in the morning, still 4:30, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So I knew you were still on it, but how was like your productivity just being, it's very stressful. You've got a lot going on in Sydney and New South Wales and Australia, but our hub here.
Yeah.
How was it being up there, being disconnected from here, being on the beach, being in the sun, but still pumping? Do you think you're more productive?
Dude, it was very
interesting.
Yeah, it was very bizarre because I was strict at waking up at 4 or 4:30 up there. We were out, me and my girlfriend were out training. So no, this is what happened. Sorry. Again, should kill me. In a nice way, like she'd be like, "Oh, I told you." No, she'd be like, "How could you forget?
Yeah.
You worked." I woke up, right?
Yeah.
I would work. I'd get up just before her, and I'd work, and be trying to drag me off the laptop for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we used to get out like 5:30. Possibly, I was on 5:30, so from 3:30 or 4 to 5:30, just working like an animal, non-stop, like couldn't get me off. And she'd be like, "Come on, let's go, I wanted to train." And we'd get out there, I would train my heart out. My heart rate was at 160 beats per minute, and I was breathing through my nose every session. Didn't let one breath out of my mouth.
I've seen
That's hard.
I'm gonna
Crazy
ask you about
discipline.
this. I want to ask you about
Dude, my heart's going boom, 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 boom. My body's feeling invigorated, but I'm so calm. Think about this. I separate literally from my body, and I'm like, I'm running you right now, right? Don't give me any signals back, because I'm in control of you, boy.
I love that.
Right? That's how, and I'm like, you're going to work a bit harder. And I'm like, hey, don't let that mind get in the way. That's not part of it either. Get out. Right?
That's amazing.
That's my vibe in the morning.
And that's the thing, like, I think in life, energy and mindset, these are what, this is what puts I would say the good people, and then the great, people that can achieve so much and leave like an imprint on the world.
Wow.
It's this frequency they operate on is a universal frequency of, it's a frequency of impact. You know what I mean?
I was listening to something a few weeks ago, and they said exactly what you just said then. Yeah. The differentiating factor between the good, the great, and then the elite is just mindset.
Yeah.
There's nothing different between any other human being. There's absolutely nothing as opposed to what you choose.
Love this.
You think, what you do, what you say. It's all of it.
It's all mine.
Because
no different.
We are all exactly the same
Wow, that's
in
powerful.
here as human beings.
100%.
So mindset is the only thing that... And you say this every
So
morning,
crazy.
even when you're feeling down. Tell yourself you're feeling good. I've got energy. Let's kill today. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Got
When we
this.
walk through here pumping that, if people are saying that in the clinic, we know they're tired or something, or they're feeling down,
Yeah.
and they're trying to bring themselves back up
Yeah.
because you are what you think. You are what you tell
That's
you.
so right.
You are what you tell
I'm
yourself.
like, why are you making it obvious that you're so good? Like, if I say
Because
someone
you-
do it in our workplace, I'm like, oh wow.
Well,
This guy's-
you are what you are what you tell yourself,
Yeah,
right?
and this
That's
is
so
why
cool.
I write this for all my workers. So we have a big whiteboard where I put ideas and what we have
what
to get
business
done.
is it, by the way?
Yeah.
Elite Performance Canine. I
Dog
train
business.
Yeah, dog psychology, dog behavior, military grade working dogs. So this is, I don't want to digress from what I was going to
I'm
say.
just going to say, so that's pretty much it. Okay, now go back.
but what I was going to say is I write this down. This has been written down on the board. The quality of your thoughts will determine the quality of your reality.
Yep.
Okay.
So this for me and my whole existence, from the minute I wake up, I'm like Sanjay. I wake up early in the morning. I sleep consistently around 9-10 o'clock at night. Wake up again at 4:35 a.m. From morning till night, all I try to create in my life is the perfect environment. And what I mean by that is I try to create an environment which leads to absolute positivity. So if I know that there's someone, hypothetically, someone negative in my way, I know at 3 p.m. I have a customer that I know that if I interact with too much and not in a controlled way, it's going to affect my mindset. I'm very careful in the way I do it. Maybe I might get one of my staff to interact with him, or maybe I'll keep it super professional and leave no personal, because sometimes when you get personal with people, they tend to be
Then
more...
emotion comes into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So these things, like tools, I try to keep, because I know deep down in my core, and this is my intuition and my gut instinct, that how you think and how you feel that will reflect what's going on in your life.
And I love that you make a conscious effort of setting yourself up for success.
Always.
That's all it is.
Always.
If you know what's going to suck your energy or deviate you from where you need to go, you've mitigated that prior.
Yeah,
You're setting
yeah.
yourself up for success by doing that.
I want to ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Is there any times
Yeah.
you F up, bro?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that time? Talk
I'm
Okay,
sorry, but we
I'll
all
tell-
f up.
Yeah.
We all of us do. Everyone does. You're not
Tell me,
human if
bro.
you don't F up.
Yeah. I used to be upon this belief when I was younger. I thought I was invincible. I could do this and that.
But even now. Let's talk about now.
Right now,
Do
to
you
be
F up?
honest,
Yeah.
the only
Let's be real.
only F ups in life, to be honest, is when I let my anger get the better of me. When
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because there is no, life is dynamic.
Yes.
It's the nature of reality is up and downs. Like if you think that you're not going to go through up and downs, then you're delusional. So,
course.
but how you respond to your environment and what happens determines whether you've effed up or not.
Yeah.
So everything comes back to the self.
Yeah.
So
So is there times though right now?
yeah.
What do you do? I want to know.
Okay, you want to know? I'll give you.
Come on, bro.
I'll give you.
Oh, he's probing you right now,
Yeah,
man.
it's like, woof.
I'll give you.
I want to know. Like, and you'll see. Hey, no, can we turn the light on? I reckon so we'll even it out because it's gonna get dark. Sorry, man.
Let's say. Okay. For me, I love, like I said, leaving that, always having that positivity and living life in this free-flowing state and getting attracting good, yeah?
Yeah.
So like the other day, I got into a fight with my business partner, yeah? But it was because it wasn't really his fault, it was just accumulative, like the fact that because I live in such a because working with dogs and especially very dangerous dogs, yeah, and a lot of people that own these dangerous dogs and they have high expectations and stuff like that.
Interesting, actually. Wow.
Yeah.
I never thought about the clientele, dude. You would get some heavy.
Sorry to interrupt, guys.
What the hell?
Sanjay didn't even know you tell me you did that.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued right now.
Yeah.
That's what you do for work.
Yeah. So
I
didn't even think about the clientele. Holy moly!
Yeah. So,
you know what goes through my mind? How can I use that database, bro? Right, that's a crazy database of people you got. That would want different things out of their lives. Think about
exactly. So like
I'm like, what product can I provide these guys? And then I can join with him and grab his database. Like, bro, don't worry about dogs, bro. We can do this with these people. That's the type of person I am.
No, that's brilliant. Brilliant.
I've got an admission to make. That's what I'm like, guys. All right.
Which is that high frequency thinking.
Yeah, I'm just like boom, boom.
Thinking ahead.
I'm just having a good time with it all. You know, like. For me, like, dude, it's so fun. Like, I just love having fun.
Well, since I've come here, I've learned from one thing that I've just learned from just being around both of yous, is the fact that you guys are trying to enjoy life as much as possible while succeeding.
Dude, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
Why would we do all this if we weren't having fun?
Exactly.
George, like, honestly, when you just relax for a second. Think about what we've done today. Think about this, right? Like, where we are right now. I just really want, like, man, look at the sky. Like, we're in this clinic.
Yeah.
Dude,
young,
we are
healthy.
We're doing an insane profession. These people are taking time out of their day. Like, look, and they're talking to other people, like, I got my appointment, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They finally make it in, and we just feel so relaxed and happy, and this is normal, bro.
I end up becoming friends with all my patients.
Do you know how cool that's why?
I was training 3 of our new podiatrists the other day, and one of them is a new grad, and she asked, like, how are you so good at this? That's actually what she said. I'm not trying to, like...
Wow.
And I said, they're a human being. You're a human being. Just make a friend.
Yeah.
Make a friend.
That's what I said to her today. I know you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about? Yeah.
I said the same thing to her.
All we need to do, ask them how they are.
That's
ask them what they do.
Sincerely.
Make a friend.
Yeah.
Because if you make a friend,
that's how simple it is.
You build trust immediately. They'll come back. You can always figure out what you're gonna do podiatry wise, health wise. Make a friend. You break down so many barriers, and I feel like as soon as I realized that, that's when work became so much more enjoyable as well.
Dude, and
because I really love seeing these people.
Because what happens is you think about this, it's weird. I just feel everyone out. And I'm like, oh, that's half person, right? So then you just...
Because you got to change yourself. You got to change how you...
And then you just start mucking around with them at that level. You have a bit of fun. Like, you forget about the world around you. You're like, bit of fun. You know, you can push them around a little bit, make them laugh one time, you know.
Yeah.
Then you have to then start to slow them down. Like, all right, now time to go, right?
Time to get serious.
Yeah, time to go. Like, get out.
Time to bottom line it. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. I'll see you next week. See ya.
That is it. You do a quick close. Like, whoa, the consult's already over. That's the only way to do it.
I've already rebooked you in. It's all good.
Yeah. I always go, the girls know what you're going to be doing at the front. All good. That's me, bro. That is so funny.
But with your work,
do you
know what I'm intrigued about?
Yes.
You need to understand. So you obviously, business-wise, it's very important because yes, you need to be the best at what you do to bring clientele, but to keep people. So your profession is. How do you differentiate between yourself? Obviously, there wouldn't be many people what you're doing, right?
No, it is...
I'm intrigued. I don't know much. I've got a close friend that's a dog trainer, but...
Actually?
Yeah, but not...
What does he do? Does he with the working dogs or just normal pet dogs?
Just normal, like...
Yeah, so...
Not working... or maybe, I don't know.
So, to be honest, I've always had a deep love. I've been drawn specifically to dogs from a young age. I remember when I was younger, like every time I'd be around a dog, I would feel very complete, very like that. You know that good feeling in your stomach.
I want to know where it came from,
That's
dude.
insane.
You know, actually, I need to confess something.
Yeah.
When I seen your Instagram or something, I was like, how did this guy get into dogs?
Oh, okay.
Think about this. I knew you like cricket.
Yeah.
And then you're doing all these dogs, and I'm like,
yeah.
bro.
I understand it from your perspective. I get it. Yeah.
I'm like
the modern day Tarzan.
I'm like, how random dogs.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't expect this guy to be the dog guy.
Dude,
dogs aren't random. If you don't like dogs, there's something
I know
wrong
what he
with you.
means. I know what he means.
I played sport with him. How do you get to animals?
Yeah, okay.
I know what he means. I know what he means.
Full on hard in animals, you know. You
And
get that vibe.
I play that out because I know a lot of people do think that.
Dude, because when I first left you, you were just getting into bodybuilding. I think you were just growing up, and I was just exiting.
Yeah.
And you started training and stuff.
partying.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa, look at me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, he's got his confidence, bro. This guy. I'm like, woohoo, like, look at him go. That was how I felt, like when I used to see you sometimes.
Nah, I was.
Like,
this is one thing about me.
it was funny, bro.
I had, you know what? This is one thing. It was, I did, I had good self-belief. I did,
you did.
But it could sometimes come across as a little bit, I was young, bro, you know what I mean?
No, to me it was good, bro. I used to love it. What do you mean?
As soon, look, I can attest to this. As soon as you start putting on a little muscle and people start recognizing you getting a little jacked, initially,
you get absorbed by it.
Yeah, and your head
happens.
gets very inflated because people start wow, you get looking really good.
Yeah.
When you first start getting that,
women pay attention more. Men pay attention more.
Men want to be you. Girls want to be with you.
You see, like, because everything's on a social hierarchy. If you want to believe it or not,
it's an alpha thing as well. You start puffing your chest a bit.
Everything is on a and these types of things
strange because different from my perspective.
Yeah, but that's, do you know why? Because I feel like you're more of I am now more of a sentimental person, more of a thing person, but at that time I was more just brash, didn't care.
But can I tell you
so
why?
you can relate to that.
Can I tell you why?
Can I tell you why?
From my perspective,
you always had abs, is that why?
bro, I was just gonna say
none of us weren't blessed like you, bro.
Balls shredded.
I was the fat kid through school.
I need to tell you this.
See, I
was in like I think year 2 or
Yeah.
year 3. Dude, I was so young. No, it was a bit older. Sorry, I lied. I was about in year 5 or year 6, possibly year 7. Right, somewhere in that time, dude, I was doing push-ups every day because think about this. I have to tell you this. Right, it's so weird from a young kid.
Yeah.
Right. I remember there's this one girl. I'm not gonna say her name.
Say it, man.
No, I'm not gonna say her name.
Say it.
Nah.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's this one girl, right?
Was she pretty?
Yeah, she was cool, right? And
Oh, you just incriminated yourself on camera.
nah, she's cool. She was cool.
Okay.
Obviously at that time, like everything's exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I am gonna be jacked for her. There is no other way about it. When I sit on the bus next week.
Yeah, boy.
Right? Give me 7 days. I'm gonna be jacked.
I've got a very similar story. Actually,
She's gonna see these pecs, bro.
That's what I was like. And I was like, no one's gonna stop me. And I'd come home. Weird story, guys. Weird story. But we had 2 bathrooms upstairs. One was like the main one everyone shared, and then there's my parents' one. It was a bit cleaner. And I remember doing push-ups on the tiles in the bathroom every night. And it very, very soon after, it converted to sit-ups. Because I didn't get the abs popping.
Yeah. chest and abs. You wanted chest and abs.
That's all I wanted, bro.
Yeah.
And dude, I never stopped since then.
Really? Yeah. Me too.
So I've always been slightly ahead of, like slightly in that area.
I was pretty much the same, to be honest.
But I want to make one confession.
What is that?
When I went to I went to a sports school. So
did you get Seven Hills?
Westfields.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of different sports. Everyone's really good at their sport. But the footy players, man, they were big, right? So think about this. Yeah, I might be athletic, and yeah, I might have the upper edge somewhere. But when we're 16, or when we're 15 or 14, and another 14-year-old looks like a 16 or 17 or 18-year-old.
They look huge. You're intimidated.
And they're your age.
I remember that.
And you're all just chilling out, like you're having a good time, right? Well, for me, it was a good time. I'm like, dude, this guy is massive.
But you're aware that
I'm like, what the hell? This guy is massive. I'll be looking at him like, what?
Yeah.
That's my vibe. And I'm like, how's that possible?
Yeah.
I'm like, how's that possible? All these islanders, bro.
Yeah.
And they're walking around, they got a girl around them, and I'm like, wow, dude, what's going on?
Do you know that was exactly the same as me? But I didn't start fit. I got fat, and then I had pain points where I was like, I'm never gonna. All the girls are going for these big jacked up. Wow. This was when I was about 16, 17.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm gonna change something. So I was a fat kid, then went through puberty, got super skinny. So when I started in the gym, I was 48 kilos.
Wow.
I was so skinny.
Light.
That was
How
when I
old
was
were you, 18?
16.
16.
And then got up to my heaviest, 116.
Wow, man.
So, but mine was not the same. Like, I still wanted to get girls, but it was because all the other guys were so much bigger. So mine was more a competitive. This is why I say it's the ego thing. Like,
it's ego,
because you're trying to compete, you're trying to go up that hierarchy, you're trying to be the alpha male because you understand what the women are attracted to at that age.
Testosterone at this age, you have this and that confidence, the ego comes into play.
Isn't it funny that you recognize that in your head before? Like, you didn't need the other guys to go, oh, I need to get big. Yeah. You recognize that yourself. Yeah. I had to see the guys getting with the girls I wanted and go, shit, I need to change.
I had a very similar experience to Sanjay, actually.
Tell me.
When I was about 8 years old or so, like, I knew, like, just innately, I don't know, I was just drawn to physical aesthetics. Like, when I would see a man on TV in an ad shredded, looking good, I'll be like, man, why wouldn't you want to look like that? Why wouldn't you? Like, think about it. You have the ability, but why wouldn't you want to look like that? Bro, so why not chase it? Yeah,
that was me as a kid. I idolized Arnold Schwarzenegger. I idolized Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, all these movies from, like, my parents will say, from, like, when I was like 3, 4, all Arnie movies. I watched them all the time. I was obsessed.
Terminator.
So I think Terminator, True Lies, Predator.
It's something the way your brains are, like,
it's male DNA.
Vision, your vision and how it connects and embeds into you, and what excitement it creates.
Well, I think we're taught from a young age subconsciously. Like, look, who's valued in society? The Rock, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
So, like, you see that he's getting all the women. He's getting all the his status is high. So, like, I think we're just taught that from a young age subconsciously.
Wow. So do you think I got a question.
Yeah.
So do you think if a human was born and they were exposed to, say, a chubby, fat
as
guy,
an ideal,
as an ideology, and him getting girls, and compared to the, do you think your brain would want that?
Nah, I think differently. I think inherently in our DNA, men know what alpha male should appear like, act like, be like.
True.
Wait. I reckon inherently
we've had this in history.
I don't know.
We've had this in history.
What do you mean?
So I believe, I don't know where it was, but I believe I think it was like a few centuries ago. Yeah, the ideal was a fat woman.
What? Really?
In a certain place, yeah, the ideal was a fat woman, and she was obsessed about. Everyone wanted to, like.
Do you know what I think it was?
This is mind blowing.
I think it was the Elizabethan time, because being overweight knew that you were of royalty, because you had a lot of food.
Wow, dude, that is a blowout.
See, but
why are women attracted more to men that have money?
Think about the power of your mind. Hey, guys, you listening?
It's the same
I think
thing.
it's
It's biological.
We're
People
right
want security.
Well, because
women want.
Think about this. Think about how powerful the mind is.
Yeah.
Think about it can be taught anything at all.
Exactly.
And it will love it. It will create those reactions for you. Your mind is so powerful. You create your reality, guys. That's a perfect example.
Without a doubt.
Right? If it's powered and wired to be fat, you will be fat, bro. If it's powered and wired to live a free life, you will be free. Just let it drive that way, and just only feed it that. It's what you're fed. Be careful what you're fed. Be careful what goes through your eyes, your ears, your mouth.
Correct.
On your skin, that's an organ. Be careful what touches you and interacts or enters you at all. And that, if you can discard that and only let the good in, that's what will create you.
Yeah,
it's so important. Exclude yourself from people and energy in on a day-to-day aspect, honestly, and you guys will see how your life changes like that.
And I'm upon this belief that we should just be the best versions of ourselves. It's the biggest, like, it would be a shame to go through an entire life and die, yeah, because death is inevitable, yeah. It would be a shame that if we went through our entire life and we didn't reach our absolute potential, we didn't reach our absolute highest versions that we could have. I think that is the biggest shame in life.
That would be, I think that would be everybody's true regret.
Yeah.
Would be sitting on, this sounds barbaric, but sitting on your deathbed and thinking, I could have given it more. I had more in me. My potential was here, and I only pushed to here.
And like I said earlier, it's like, why burn all this energy Why exist? Why burn for so long?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then not let it eventuate to something, right? Great. Let that innate feeling just go for and make it big and broad. Right?
I think
so it ripples on.
I think this would be a good opportunity for everyone to even think of your why. What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing every day? Why are you pushing towards the things that you're trying to achieve?
Yeah.
Why do you undergo monotonous days of tedious activities to achieve certain goals? Why?
Wow.
What is your big why? Is it legacy? I feel like mine is now a legacy for my family and so on.
I know mine. I just thought of it.
What is it?
No, I just thought of it. But
I want to hear, because that's.
I wanna hear it.
You actually just thought about that right then and then when I said that. What is your why?
Is positivity, dude. Imagine you could broadcast positivity, and people go, "But why you want to make money, dude?" Because the people that I can then fund and help, right? That will only help me, and it will help themselves. I'll be like, guys, this is the positive pathway. Positive. I feel great. I feel I'm the best. Whatever it is in the morning, I'm awake. I feel amazing. That positivity. Imagine if that's spread. It will secure you. It will secure everyone around you. And you're just encouraging,
It's contagious.
Yeah, long-lasting energy, right?
If everyone was positive
it's
in
not
the world,
short-term.
it would be beautiful. The place would be a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But it's not short-term. So in a weird way, just positivity. Imagine I was just known to create so much positivity where I enjoy the hell out of it as well, and everyone else could feel that, and everything will get taken care of, because even if you set the signal straight, as long as you're positive about it, right, between everyone, you'll do really
You made a
well.
funny comment before. You said it's not just about making money.
Yeah.
People have money as a taboo subject. Money is a very noble thing, because you got to think the way you're using it as a tool. It's leverage.
Yeah.
Think about how much more positivity you can actually generate if you've got this tool that can leverage extra things, all the funding, or what you can do for people. But think of this. You now have all these employees under you because of how much money you made. So you're now helping other people because you made so much money to scale your business. Money is a noble thing, because it can be used for good. It can also be used for bad. But there are bad people out there that use it for bad things, but it's also a very...
Anything used wrong can be bad.
Okay, let's
if you drink too much water, you can make yourself sick.
Let's just think about money as value for a sec. 1 sec, right? And just ignore that it's a paper or anything, right? You're just paying someone a value. Let's just think about this for a sec. And if you can generate so much value, then all you're doing is sharing that value in a different form. So I'm like, oh guys, we should do this, and look, let me start this up, and I'm gonna put all my effort in for you guys, right? Dude, one thing I'm just gonna say this for 5 seconds. I know I'm digressing. Is forget about you being selfish for a sec, right? Just if you forget about yourself, because I could be completely fine, all on my own. I don't need to work. Right, this is real right now.
Yeah, no, facts.
I wouldn't need to work.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right, I don't need to work.
No, we know. Because we know what you've set up.
I could just...
I know the wheels you've set up.
Yeah.
They're just going to be
or
burning away.
Or let me just say that, or I could just do my own gig and not even talk to anyone, have one receptionist, and I'll be fine.
This is what I'm saying now. It's not about the money now.
Yeah.
Because you've got to that point that you could wipe your hands, step back, and you could go to Cairns indefinitely, and you'll still be sweet. It's not about the money anymore. I know where you're going with this. Right? Keep going, bro.
So if I could, the reason why is, imagine I could just spread what I'm thinking in value and say, look, this is what you agree to push you for now, because this is how much you're providing value to everyone else. But don't worry. Let's all be positive, because if I took me 1 year, remember I said 12 months.
Yeah.
It'll only take you 1 year.
Yeah.
Right? Just go in that direction and go positive. You'll create so much value on your end that it will naturally come to you.
Everything will fall into place.
Yeah.
100%.
But if you expect too much from anyone too quickly, whether it's who you're working for or even your own business, if you expect too much out of your own business, that's when you're gonna shortfall. You're gonna get disappointed very, very quickly, right?
You'll suffer.
And you're thinking emotionally. Expectation is emotional. Don't just cut the emotion. Be you, right? And you'll see how far you'll get, right? And just trade money as value, and don't have any other thing for it, and you'll be fine. It will come.
I love that. I love the fact that you're trying to say detach from that emotion and try to make also still be your authentic self.
Yeah.
But still make logical decisions and observe things objectively without getting emotional, which is so important, because if you don't want to burn out, if you want to keep continuing to do this, you have to be like that. You can't let your emotions get the better of you, which is something that I'm learning at the moment as a highly emotional person. And I'm pretty sure Sanjay, as a sensitive human being, we're naturally predisposed to being emotional. But obviously, as Sanjay always says, mind over matter. So,
and I never understood that motto before, by the way. Until recent. It's so weird.
Well, you said that to me a year and a half. Not even mind over matter. He said mind over... No, he said, detach from your flesh.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. You are not your flesh.
That's heavy.
And I remember I was sitting in a quarantine camp at the time. This is why I remember it. I was sitting in a quarantine camp. Wow. It was 5 a.m. and I was having my coffee and I knew... And Sanjay was awake because we always wake up at the same time. So we were texting and we were having a discussion, and just obviously I was probing him for... I always ask Sanjay particular questions so I can learn from it. I do, in a way.
That's sick, bro.
No, I do.
What's that?
Yeah. I even asked you the other day, how do you deal with irrational people?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember we're having a normal conversation?
Yeah.
It's
out of
just
nowhere.
a standard normal conversation.
I'm gonna just throw this question in.
Like,
I want your feedback.
Out of nowhere. Like, how you been, bro? How do you deal with irrational people?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good.
Asking for a mate.
But not because I'm venting. It's an actual way.
But do you know what? Sanjay would like that, because that's an intentional conversation.
Love it.
That's a productive conversation.
I said, hey, bro, I'm at breakfast, but boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And then I loved it because he did it. He got it out of the way, and then he had his breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I was like right there, and I'm like, it just came out, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because he did say, let me answer this after breakfast, and then he gave me the answer, and I'm like, I loved it. And that was the end of the conversation.
See, that's what I mean about having deeper conversations and superficial chit chat, and always wanting to help and always guiding. Look, when somebody comes to you with a legitimate, that's a very deep question. Like, because dealing with people is a hard thing, and you're in a good position. You're a leader. You got employees like you, like myself.
Yeah.
Like, these are things we really need to know, and having other people's perspective. It's always good to sort of see what way you can approach those situations when confronted.
We can always continue to learn.
That's a big thing. And
we can learn from anyone, whether it's good or bad.
But can I say something? I've come to the point like where I'm so on top of what I'm thinking that if I'm now going to read something, I'm like, dude, you did not waste that 10, 15 seconds and not going to create an action out of this. Just you have to do it now, or don't read it next time. Right, like I have to make a decision now. So because I was already had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, dude, it's gonna cost me way more to go back and read back. And like I calculated it, I'm like, bam, because it was only a quick 5-second investment.
I love that.
Compared to going in and out.
I love that.
Isn't that interesting how he caught himself that he was about to put it on the back burner and was
I was going to waste time later.
Fuck this, I'm going to do it right now.
Well, he had his phone. It's more efficient.
Yeah.
I love it. He had his phone in his hands.
Yeah,
he's already comprehended it.
That's how quick I am on top of it.
I'm the exact same. That's how I deal with things. I always time manage. Is this worth my energy at this moment? Should I do it right now? Should I not do it right now? These things are so important.
I'm learning a lot from this, because I sometimes I will look at it, put it on the back burner, I'll go back to that. A little bit of a form of procrastination. I'm willing to admit that. I'm not perfect.
You can't scope it. No, there's no way.
Wow, I love that. You know what? That's what I'm taking away from today is immediate implementation.
Just don't. If you waste
take action now.
Yeah, because you have to. Don't invest into. Sometimes I get caught reading email. I'm like, I have to reply to this now. Shit. Because I was
I do this all the time.
I just invested that minute,
Wow.
Yeah. That's how so I'm like, what do I have to say now?
And sometimes I'm
on top of it.
Well, that's how much you value your time.
Yeah.
You won't make an action from it because you know you've wasted that minute reading it. So now you got to action it. Otherwise, you have to go back and read it for a second time.
I'll have to do that for a second time, bro. So look, that's one of the biggest things I have to say.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Honestly, that's something that I've learned very quickly over time. That how we use our time is so freaking important. And I don't mean that just over time I've realized that like you have to use your energy efficiently. Like we have a certain amount of willpower, and this is why when Sanjay wakes up in the morning, he does his tasks, he does his certain things, just like me. I do my things that I really need to get out of the way, and I know that I have to put a lot of energy and thought into, and then later on in the day I do tasks that don't require as much mental engagement, essentially. So I always managing time and making the most of my day. And that's another thing that I write down for my workers on the board. I write every day is an opportunity. So every day that I live, I want to make some sort of positive influence on my life or someone else's life.
No, it's really good. One question for you, man, and then we'll start to then you got to ask one question back to us.
Okay.
And then we might even ask a final one. Dude, I want to know what actually, like, what are you in 10 years from now, and where do you want to be? And how do you want to be living?
10 years from...
But you can only take a minute max to answer it.
Okay. 10 years from now, I want to be in a position where I have a platform big enough where people can hear my opinions. So I want the world to know that we should be living a positive existence, that we should be helping other people, living a life of service, making the most of our lives. So for me, my biggest thing in life is to inspire other people. That's what I get most fulfillment out of, into like just my core. That's what I'm drawn to. And I want to live a life that I'm intrinsically driven. So I want to do things that my soul wants to do.
But so I just want to say, okay.
I love that. But serving others hit home. That's how I'm looking at life from here on out. Life is serving others.
I want to ask superficially, right? So how, like, just in like one line, what would the ideal world look like? So what will you be doing daily? Like I just want to know.
Business, house.
What do you got going on?
Okay.
In 10 years time.
In all honesty, I would like a nice home for my family. I would like I'm a simple man. I would love an ice bath, an infrared sauna.
Wow.
I would love
I love this.
No, seriously,
really?
Okay. I would love a swimming pool that I can do laps in. I would love a property where I can have multiple dogs on. I would love to continue my breeding. That's my favorite thing, genetics, and that's my forte. So I really like stuff like that. So I would like to live a life of fulfillment, and then use these tools to add that fulfillment to my life. Okay,
that's pretty cool, man. George, I want to ask you the same question, please. I really want to know.
So we're going to go at it from the sort of materialistic point of view.
I just want a superficial, like just black and white.
Okay,
like,
so
no depth to this.
I already know. I know exactly. So I want to live on property. I want to have a big single story house on a large property. So I want to have a dam. I want horses, cows. I want all that. I want like an actual big enough property with farm. I grew up on that sort of stuff, riding dirt bikes, living on farms. All my dad's mates had farms, so I want one of those. I want nice cars. I want toys.
Nice.
Like I grew up racing dirt bikes, so I want another dirt bike. I had a Harley for a few years. I want another Harley.
Like positive life.
I want a G-Wagon.
Woohoo!
Yeah. That'll be soon. That'll be 5 years, bro.
Easy.
Come on.
Come on.
Like that's the sort of stuff. With my girlfriend. By then, marriage, kids. We want 4 kids. So.
Wow, 10 years.
So I'm gonna have to start making a lot of money if I want 4 kids, and I nearly said it, a shitload of dogs. We want like 4 or 5 labradoodles.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you like animals as well? That's cool.
Dude, I love animals. My girlfriend loves animals, so we're gonna have so many animals. It's gonna be like a farm.
Just quickly though, what's your daily, like, what are you doing for work? Like, what are you doing daily? Like from say 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
See, I didn't even. Do you know what? I can't even answer that because I don't even know, because the last 5 years has been so diverse that I can't even predict that. So I've gone from podiatry clinical to medical devices to my own business, my rehabilitation business, podiatry business, back to med devices. We've moved over to the States for my business. So I have no idea. I can't even tell you.
Can I say something? Just keep that
and
mindset.
every year I do something new and I love something even more. So I think it's going to be like
listen
change
for a
50
sec.
times.
Keep that mindset. That's all you need to do. I'll tell you why. probably about 3 years ago, max 3 years ago. I remember just going to the gym here, maybe even 2 years ago, and I seen a G-Wagon at the front, and I looked in the passenger side, and I'm like, bro, this one's with a flat screen on the inside. It's got the full flat screen. I'm like, I know this car's over 300k, and I'm like, it's not even a supercar, dude. Who's this guy that drives it? Yeah. It's not even a supercar. Someone's spending that much money on a bigger, chunkier car. So it's not like a big Ferrari or anything. I'm like, dude, this guy's got money because he can get a lot of other cars and he got that bad thing, right? Yeah. And I'm like, this is the mindset I'm talking about. I didn't even know how I was going to get there, but I knew I was going to get there. I'm like, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to afford this shit. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but it's going to happen. I'm going to afford it one day.
We had this conversation about saying the words I can't and I won't. Yes. And how inherently people that do that, their life is a reflection as opposed to people like us who look at it like, how can I? Yeah. Not hitting these things or seeing that sort of stuff and going, I could never have that. I could never afford that. I can't have the money for that.
Wow.
Thinking, how do I get the money for that? How do I get in a position where I own that? Yes. How do I do that?
Yeah, you just apply it to yourself.
And then just keep having that mindset for a long period of time. I think you're going to be successful.
You literally apply that to yourself, right? So whatever you see, and that's what I said at the start of this podcast, dude, I tie this in so good. I said, whatever goes through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, whatever you consume that goes in becomes you. Yes. We as humans, it's amazing. And think about this, we have the freedom. Even if someone tries to throw you the worst information or your thing got worse or you look ugly, whatever it is today, right? As you have the freedom to decide how you emotionally feel about that.
100%.
And that's what's amazing. We have the freedom. We actually have the freedom to whatever we want to do with that, we can do. And that's what you should look at, is that freedom. And that's what will make you happy. But like, wow, I could exercise it now, finally.
Well, think how positive we were as children. I always go back to this sometimes. I think about it. As a child, I had no worries in the world. But it wasn't the fact that I had no worries. I was still receiving information,
Yeah.
It's how you processed it.
It's how you processed it. It's how that information impacts you.
Mindset. Let's just link this straight back to... And look, we inherently grow at one. You might keep that mindset forever until you meet people that are like-minded, have a different train of thought, and you might adopt new. But some people can just get stuck in that forever.
It's crazy.
Well, this is one thing. It doesn't matter what you want from life. Yeah, the most important thing is always spreading that positivity and helping others.
I agree.
That's what I feel like my purpose is. Literally, I'm like, I remember looking in that direction, and I'm like, this makes sense. Just literally spread it, make sure everything's clear, and be positive about it, and you're fine, right? Like that's how simple it is, and everything happens for a reason. So, dude, I'm loving this, to be honest. Just to answer that question for you guys, is that the question?
I want to ask the same question. Yeah.
So superficially, right? It's hard because I can't. It looks so superficial, but no one knows the depth and why, right? And I'm saying, remember positivity, dude. I want to live a life of freedom, like to make the decision. So say if a surrounding imposed the decision on you, right? You've got so much abundance of value that other people know that give you value because you provide something that you can live your life normally. No one can control what you actually do if you're providing value and if you're being a good person. Think about this. That's how much freedom I want to have. Whether it's being able to, and that will create, whether it's being able to transfer super quickly, right? I was like, dude, imagine owning a helicopter one day, right? So possible.
Yeah. I know,
Imagine how quick you could transfer. I'm like, what's the benefit of that? Dude, I'm thinking, this guy's doing that. How can I do business like that where if these guys have to fly from place to helicopter, how can I do that? And you know what I automatically think of? This is how I superficially see my life. I'm like, how do I make an impactful business that is worth me doing that I have to be there in 3 hours? Think about this, bro.
But
think about this mindset. I'm like, how's the other thing so important?
Exactly.
I have to be there in 3 hours. Bro, get there.
But
that's my mindset.
Yeah.
There must be so much value in whatever that things you need to do that you have to be there.
Have to go, bro.
But think about what that's doing for everyone else. That's obviously that important that it's going to be so impactful.
Right.
Wow.
I seen that.
Isn't that an interesting way of looking at it?
I seen that Logan Paul guy. He created a drink, right? Now, he created a drink, Prime, it's called. And I'm looking at it. And I'm like, this guy went from that, created something, and he's loving it. Not only because it's giving him value, maybe these ones, But he's loving it because like I created this product and look at so many people are enjoying it. Like they're like, wow, this is making me feel good, or it solved the problem. You know, he contributed so well in a positive manner, right? And didn't think the world was against him. It's insane, bro. Superficially, that's how I see my life. I wanna experience life in a cool way, but in a highly impactful way. I want to be able to transport fast. I don't want to worry about if I want to buy this, buy it. Like, dude, I don't want to worry about money.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy the experience of everything. It sounds so weird, but even more superficial. Sorry.
Yeah.
Plenty of fast cars, plush. You know, enjoy fine small things. Many properties, always on the go, traveling. Meeting as many people as I can, dude. Do you know how happy that'll make me?
Yeah.
Like meeting
That's
people constantly, bang, bang, bang. I just love that hustle. You know.
Do you also think why you like meeting people so much is because there's always something to learn, to do,
It's like a feeling, bro.
It's learning.
Dude, my girlfriend's like sick of it. I go to the shops, I say hi to everyone.
Dude, I do that as well. My girlfriend gets so embarrassed that I literally strike up a conversation with everyone.
She'll be like, why? Oh, like this. There's sometimes like, babe, like, we're gonna go here. I'm just about to. She's like, I know you wanted to talk to him, right?
Dude, if my window is down.
It's crazy.
My girlfriend was driving us the other day. My window was down and a car pulled up next to us. I go, he's in like a Mercedes, like a C63. We're in my wild track. I go, babe, you got this guy. He said he wants to race. He's got nothing. My girlfriend just went, oh my God. She went bright red. He's giggled. His girlfriend's giggled. I was like, that was just fun. Like, my girlfriend hates it. I talk to everyone like that.
That is so cool. We would meet on the road, me and you.
That's positive. But that's just fun. We're just having fun.
When you're loving your life, when you want to make a positive impact, that's how you are. You want to engage with people. Like, I meet so many people. Like, to be honest, I'm from Western Sydney, yeah. So the demographic is a little bit different. It's a low socioeconomic, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, I go to the shopping center. I'm smiling. I'm vibrant. I'm trying to just create a good frequency, yeah. And you see people, and they're just so bitter and just like. And you can tell they've lived their entire life in this negative state, and that is the physical manifestation of negative thoughts.
Yes,
that is.
Wow, dude, you're just getting goosebumps saying that.
Me too, dude. I'm like staring into space.
Yeah.
I can feel crazy,
bro. That's
insane.
So true.
That is the physical manifestation. That's
I can feel it. I can feel that. Like I can imagine being at the shop, and you know, old Tracy there. Yeah, she's mouthing off at her son. You know,
and you just like,
but you sense it as well. You sense it. Like, do you know when you're in a room with someone like that, and you're just like, oh, like, it's like you can feel their vibration. It's down. It's meek. It's sort of like,
that's intense,
and
man.
that's why those emotions of self-love and self-acceptance and prosperity, these are so important, because you see those people are like they're drowning themselves in self-hatred and just negativity and stuff like that. So it's so important to accept yourself for what you are and who you are, and know that you're on an independent individual journey. But not only is it individual, you can still, the company you have in your life, the journey that you go through with everyone and how you provide for other people is also a beautiful thing too.
Well, let me say this. There's an amazing quote. It's been there for a long, long time. And it goes like this. I'd rather live an imperfect destiny rather than a perfect reflection or copy of someone. Think about this. It's so easy to copy someone or reflect them, and you can do it perfectly because you convince your brain that's the way it's supposed to live.
That's brilliant.
And you get to the end, your deathbed, like you said earlier in this podcast. And you look back and you're like, bro, what was the point of that?
Well, where's the fulfillment in living someone else's life?
You're like, I just thought I was that person the whole time. Now they're dead, and now I'm gonna die.
And that's what we live in, a society where people they literally copycat.
Can you feel that?
That would be the bro.
Can you feel that right now?
Deep in, you just feel like,
oh my God. And can you feel that? Dude, that's crazy. Living imperfect. Let your life be imperfect, but your own destiny.
Authentic.
Just let it go, right? And people think that their life has to be perfect, and if something goes wrong, it's not for them. This is not for me. That's what they'll be like. It's not for me, right? And they'll get defensive. They'll quit, right? It's because of that, because they think life has to be perfect. but let it be your destiny. You'll be so much happier at the end. Promise.
No one's life's perfect, and we said this before. We said, think about how much easier it is to be genuine.
Yeah.
It's hard to mimic someone. It's very easy to be yourself.
Yeah. That's one thing I got off you, man. You're such a genuine human being.
I'm just who I am.
You are, George. It's really good.
That's so, and that bubbly energy you have, and the fact that I know that you're deep down a very good person. These are beautiful traits, bro, which I really respect, man.
Yeah.
So it was really good to meet you tonight.
Likewise, I think that's why we gelled. So even before we jumped on, it was like we'd known each other for years. It's so like cool, when we were out the front.
Yeah.
It was,
and it's that high frequency thinking. That's what I was trying to say. I remember when I came in, I'm like, I'm so glad I can talk to people that have depth. And that's what. But what I meant was, it's good to be on the same frequency with other people on similar frequencies. You know what I mean?
I'm glad, and I can sense you really enjoyed that. So like, I enjoyed it, dude. Like it was really, really good time. You know,
I really enjoyed.
We covered a lot.
I really enjoyed this conversation.
We covered a lot.
It was fun.
It was awesome. No, thanks for having us, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No,
check him out. Check us out. Like we're super. I don't know. As I said, I want to use this as a positivity little hub that I just do once a week. Personally, if you look at it from my perspective, and then I said as a sharing perspective, it's amazing. Just let it all go and pick up as much as we can.
It's mutual, a nice little reflection for us, a nice little time to unwind and chat about.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Have fun, like we've been saying this whole time. We're having fun doing this.
It was terrific. Yeah. It was honestly an amazing experience.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.
Take care, guys.
Nice.
Good.
That was awesome.
Well done,
it was
man.
good, yeah?
How good was that? Woo!
That got deep as